And I'm here with John Breazeale. John, thank you for being on the road in between.
My pleasure.
Now, you oversee the Habitat for Humanity mission here in Starkville and the area in the county. Is that right?
I oversee the construction end of things, manage the volunteers, and just try to make sure everybody's safe and has a good time, and we get a house built.
Well, tell us about Habitat for Humanity. How did it kind of come about? I know a little bit about Millard Fuller and Americus, Georgia, and how his vision was to provide dignity to the needy, and shelter is one of the basic needs of humanity, and he used that as his mission.
I believe it was in the mid-70s, about 1975. Millard was a businessman, and I think he was an attorney and a real estate person, and things were just not satisfactory with his life, so he and his wife talked it over and they gave away their fortune. And then Millard and his wife went on a mission project to build houses in Africa and got the idea, why in the world don't we just do this everywhere? And so I think it was 1976 when Habitat officially got up and running. Our local Habitat started in 1986, and you were shooting in front of house number 59, I believe.
And I see a number of houses around here, so it builds community.
It really does. And if you look at the rest of the community you drove through, I think we're making a difference. This is house number 15 in this neighborhood. Of course, you have a cluster of 5 here and soon to be 6. But that's the idea. That, you help a family, sure. You help volunteers who come out and you get them involved in service, sure. But then you think of the children who live in these houses. That's their first stable environment. They have a much better chance of getting into college when they live in a stable home. Then it spreads out to the neighborhood. The neighborhood benefits the town, the county, and eventually planet Earth.
There you go.
Just keep going.
You're planting seeds of hope.
Yeah. And as I recall, Millard Fuller's grand claim was, we're in this to eradicate substandard housing from the face of the earth.
Yes.
So,
what a vision.
Go bold.
Well, Habitat for Humanity is, I know you bring a blessing to a lot of people, but one of the things that you have to do is discern how to handle people. My goodness, all the personalities out there you're navigating, and you got your worker bees, you got your followers, and then you got your folks that probably want to lead the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well.
And those are always extra grace required. We call those EGRs, extra grace required.
My operative nightmare is this. I'll look at the sign and I've got some fraternity or other. So I'll be here 7:45 and I'll hear vehicles. So I'll stand around and look down the street and I see a caravan of $40,000 pickup trucks with toolboxes on them, and I say, my first thought is, I have to unlearn a lot of stuff this morning. Because they'll get out of there, we're ready, man, let's go. I said, no, wait a minute, Bubba. We're going to talk a little bit before.
That's right. Well, speaking of college, I know a number of colleges come down in March and do.
It's called Collegiate Challenge. That's a Habitat International program. It happens all over the country. Student groups from other universities from out of town will donate their spring break. They will come to volunteer. But I try to explain on the front end that we're going to do some stuff. We're going to achieve some stuff here this week. But that's not what it's about. It's about relationships. The house will get built, and it'll be a good house, and we will serve the family. But I want you guys to interact with each other. This is your spring break. Interact with those of us locals here. Let's get to know each other. The homeowner will come out. If you have a task, it's okay to drop that. Spend 5 minutes with the homeowner.
Well, listen, you are well grounded. I want to thank you for letting us come on this holy ground.
Sure,
and being
sure.
With you.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Thanks for doing your show and everything that you mean to whoever out there
You're welcome.
that watches.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.